Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this week's Spartan Show. Today we are visited by Erin Foreman as she steps into her new role as Senior Women's Administrator. Blake Harris, the HCAC Men's Cross Country Champion, and head men's soccer coach Cory Brueggeman and soccer players Samuel Tetteh-Quarshie and Josh Gonzalez stop by to discuss the upcoming HCAC tournament. Stay tuned.
Senior Women's Administrator Erin Foreman is now joining us on the Spartan Show set. Erin, can you tell us a little bit about your position in Senior Women's Administrator and what does that role entail for you?
Sure. By definition, it's the highest ranking female in athletics in the department. For me personally, that entails taking on the responsibility of being advisor for SAC, the committee in which student athletes are involved, which is an NCA-supported committee, as well as more administrative duties such as hiring and recruiting process of personnel, being a part of annual reports that athletics does, as well as doing or being a representative of Manchester at conventions such as NCA and our conference HCAC, and including just overall administrative roles such as equity and Title IX support.
Sure.
So
that's a very big job, and we're glad you're involved with that because definitely need somebody who's well-rounded to be able to take care of that. So on to the next question. You did mention SAC as being a part of that, and can you tell a little bit about what your role is with the Student Athlete Advisory Committee and just kind of how that role from Senior Women's Administrator plays into that?
It's the involvement of our student athletes, and part of the things that we have planned for SAC this year is continuing our partnership that Division III does with Special Olympics.
Okay.
So we'll be taking on the bowling challenge that our conference has through that club, as well as some new initiatives, some of those being Santa's Helpers, which is something I want to promote and partner up with Toys for Tots during the holiday season. And distribute toys to the community. We're going to start Eat with a Spartan, in which members of athletic teams visit elementary students and eat with them, and promote having their families come and check out an athletic contest through that, as well as athletes supporting athletes, in which we try to draw a huge crowd that each team picks a high attendance that they want, and get that school spirit going that I think every college kind of wants to have. So.
Well, it's greatly appreciated everything that you do on this campus, especially with your duties as athletic trainer. I know that you're very busy, and we thank you for joining us on set today.
Thank you.
Now it is time for your Spartan Show MVP of the week. This week we honor senior cross country runner Blake Harris. Harris was able to cross the line in first this past weekend at the HCAC Championships. His time of 25 minutes, 41.08 seconds bested the rest of the field by 26 seconds. Running his second fastest collegiate time, Harris was able to help his team to a fourth place finish in the HCAC Championships. Congratulations, Blake. And now we go out to Stauffer Wolf Arena where our own Blake Moore interviews MVP Blake Harris.
Blake Moore, Manchester University, here with Manchester University's own Blake Harris. First of all, big congratulations as you are the 2017 HCAC Men's Individual Champion. I know you've been working very hard for this. Last year you finished 9th, this year first place. How does it feel to get the win?
It's fun. It's more exciting to see all the younger guys coming in, and they kind of laid it on the line today, so that's cool.
So taking a look, this morning it was very tough conditions in terms of weather, a very cold day overall. What was the coach's message to the team, and how did that affect your strategy, if any?
Not much. I mean, everyone's got to run in that stuff, and it's really, I don't mind it. I'd rather have cold than hot, I guess. But yeah, everyone is supposed to do their jobs, and that's what we did for the most part, and that was pretty cool.
So earlier on in the race, maybe the first couple Ks, you were in the pack, and then all of a sudden you took off. You just kind of disappeared, ended up getting ahead of everybody else. Tell us what kind of strategy may have been going on there in the middle of the race and why all of a sudden just turning on that switch.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really do anything. I just started kind of pulling away, and kind of once I was there, I was kind of committed to it. So I just tried to put a little distance between myself and the guy in second. And yeah, it worked out.
Couple weeks and then the NCAA regionals is the next thing on your list. What do you take away from this race in particular, and then being able to prepare for that one?
Probably have to run a little bit better on the back half in a couple weeks, and yeah, just improve there. Maybe be more aggressive. Yeah, on the back half of the race, I thought the front went pretty well. But yeah, no, it was a good day.
All right, well, congratulations on your individual championship. Now go celebrate.
All right, thanks, man.
Now it's time for your weekly highlights segments. We start with Spartan volleyball, as 3 players were honored in Stauffer Wolf Arena this past Wednesday. Seniors Brandy Whitaker and Allie Roskus, as well as sophomore Riley Patterson, saw their final action on the Stan Willer court as the Spartans took on Bluffton University. The Spartans were able to hang with the Beavers in each set, but ultimately lost in a gritty effort by a final score of 3-1. Goodfield also saw action Wednesday as the women's soccer team welcomed in Bluffton University. The Spartans played a tightly fought contest and were able to come away with the first win of the year in dramatic fashion. With just over 5 minutes left in regulation, Miranda Birmingham was able to finish a chance to put the black and gold on top 2-1, ultimately topping the Beavers with that score. The Senior Day festivities didn't end inside Stauffer Wolf Arena, as both men's and women's soccer teams also recognized their seniors on Saturday. The women's program took on Earlham College first on the cold October afternoon. Recognizing 8 seniors, the Spartans came out looking for a win. Courtney Hersick and Miranda Birmingham were able to get on the score sheet, with Birmingham adding 2 goals. The Quakers were not going away easy, as Earlham battled back to ultimately win the thrilling contest with a final score of 4-3. The men's match against Earlham followed soon after, with a berth into the HCAC tournament riding on the line. Coach Bruggeman's squad saw 9 team members pay their last visit to Goodfield. Fans saw a low-scoring affair as the Spartans topped the Quakers 1-0. Josh Gonzalez was able to slot a ball back across the goal, and Samuel Tetteh-Quarshie finished off the pass for the only goal of the match. The win sends the Spartans to the HCAC tournament for the first time since 2010. Manchester University hosted the HCAC Cross Country Championships this past Saturday. The Spartans saw a familiar face cross the line first in the men's race, with Blake Harris being able to bring home the first place finish with a time of 25:41.08. The men's team was able to bring home a top 4 finish. On the women's side, fans saw 2 Spartans finish in the top 5. Hannah Wappus earned a second place finish, and Samina Qureshi crossed the line in 5th. As a team, the Spartans finished in a close second place behind Rose Holman. The Spartans will next be in action on November the 11th as they compete in the Division III Great Lakes Regional.
We're now joined by head men's soccer coach Cory Bruggeman. Coach, the win over Earlham College this past Saturday extended the winning streak to 6 for the team. After a slow start in HCAC play, what was the team able to do to get on such a roll like that?
I think the Franklin game really got us back into contention. We'd been playing fairly well. We actually made a couple adjustments at the end of the Anderson second half and the second half of Rose. So we started off pretty slowly, and we just decided to try and go at teams a little bit more. We were trying patiently to build up, and it just wasn't working at the time. And
Sure.
the Franklin game elevated us, and we've been on a good roll since.
Great. And so for the first time since 2010, we'll see the Spartans see some postseason action this coming Wednesday. What does the team have to do to prepare for the HCAC tournament?
I think they're ready. The biggest thing that I'm worried about and excited for the guys to take on is the travel. So we leave tomorrow at 3:30 to get there at 8:30. We're actually going to get a 1-hour training session in at Transy tomorrow night, and then we wait till 7 p.m. for a kickoff. So it's just the mental challenge of, can you stay focused? Can you be prepared with all the traveling? We're going to eat out a few times. So just a different mix-up for the guys,
absolutely.
But it's a really exciting experience for them.
Great. And so we witnessed her history earlier this year when the team was able to defeat Transylvania for the first time. What can you take away from that match as you have to head to Kentucky to take on the Pioneers again?
I think just the fact that the guys know that we can do it. A lot of times, I was a part of 2 teams that went to Transy twice. We lost both times in overtime and in the tournament as well. So it's just, at that point, it was like trying to get over the hump, but I think we're over the hill now. So just trying to carry that momentum and just be focused and ready to play our game. It's going to be an emotional game for a lot of the seniors and a lot of the guys, and just a different environment. I expect Transy to have a ton of support there, and if we can get a few fans there helping us out, it'd be good too. So just a whole new experience for the guys, but we've done it before, and hopefully we can try to do it again.
Great. Well, best of luck with Wednesday, and good luck with the rest of the tournament.
Thank you.
Freshman Josh Gonzalez and junior Samuel Tetteh-Quarshie now join us. Josh, let's start with you. You've had a successful first year in black and gold. What has this season meant to you, and is there maybe like a favorite memory you can take away from your first year at Manchester?
This season has meant so much to us and to me and the guys, really, because we've done some things that people said that we couldn't. They started us off and didn't give us a chance to even come to the conference tournament, and here we are. We're playing Transy in the conference tournament, and we're just doing things that people didn't believe we could. And really, it's so memorable as a first season because you just want to keep building and building and building and try to do more and more. And the guys have just been fantastic. So this has been the best season that I've ever played soccer-wise. Favorite memories probably got to be dancing, the whole team dancing yesterday on our game, and just having fun with Sammy after he scored.
That's great. And so Sam, you were able to secure the game-winning goal this past Saturday, as Josh mentioned, after which we saw a full team celebration. We got to know a little bit about the dance and what the emotion was like with the team after that big goal.
With the dance, like it's a common thing back at home. You know, I played club soccer back in Ghana, and it's very common for us to celebrate our goals, and it's something that we practice. We practice how to like celebrate goals, and it's one thing that brings the team together. Our coaches back at home believe if somebody scores and we all come together to celebrate it, it means we're together, and it's like he scored, he assisted, and we don't leave anybody out, but we all do it together. So it shows the unity and the team chemistry that we have. So I felt this was the right moment for us to do it together because, just as Josh said, we've been through a lot. I mean, the season started, it was a little bit frustrating, and people wrote us off. People were like, yeah, there you go, it's going to be a usual season. But I mean, we turned things around and we stuck together, we're together, we played together, and we gave everything we had. So I felt that was the right moment for us to show that, yes, indeed, we are together on the field.
That's great. And so for either of you, after beating Transylvania earlier this year, you know how talented of a team they are. What do you have to do in order to beat the Pioneers again this coming Wednesday?
We have to stay together like we've been. We have to keep playing the way that we're playing and not change just because we think that we may not be completely focused right now because we're so excited about getting to where we are. Sure. So you definitely got to be focused, and we just got to keep sticking together and do what we do.
Of course. Anything to add, Sam?
Going off with what he said, I think it's something that has brought us far this season because we've been through a lot, and we stick together no matter what, and we play together and try to keep the team going. So I think it's something that we've already crossed our path, like making it to the conference. At the beginning of the season, that was our goal, to make it into conference. But I think at this moment, we've forgotten about that part. Like, it's past and gone. Like, we're now in conference, and we need to make it happen, and we need to go out there and play our heart out. So, I mean, personally, I think it's a good thing we're seen as underdogs. Like, people are like, oh yeah, it's Transy up there, and I think it's a good thing because, yeah, we're gonna go out there and play our heart out, and at the end of the day, we see what the results bring out.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us today, guys, and best of luck with the conference tournament.
Thank you.
That's all the time we have this week. Stay up to date with more Manchester University stats, scores, and news by visiting www.muspartans.com. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks for watching our video. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. To watch our latest video, click the box here. To subscribe to our channel, click this circle.